Are you allowed to take a bike on?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Not at all on any bike at all? Go! Look how fast it pulls off, so fast! It's ridiculous. Leaving the cars in the dust. All the components of this bike are perfect for each other. This is how it's meant to be. They've got it right. They've got it right, finally. This is the Ado Air 20 Ultra. They've taken the Pro, learned from mistakes, and made it even better. And honestly, this is one of my favourite ever legal e-bikes I've ever tried. And I do something with this bike that I've never done with any other e-bike ever before. So keep watching. I've had to start you off earlier than usual. Usually I ride around the corner and then I start the video. But yeah, this is the Ado Air 20 Ultra. And I've just decided to start early because I've just ridden it around the corner. It feels really good. Right, okay, so I'll talk and walk about it in a sec, but watch this. No gears, sort of. Pulls away so nicely. And then it switches up, feels really nice. And then it switches up again. Wow! This is my 4th bike I've tried with automatic gears, I think. These are really good. This is how it's meant to be. They've got it right. They've got it right, finally. I'm okay with automatic gears now. Anyway, what is this then? So, Ado, who used to be all about big burly fat tyre e-bikes, are now making legal cool bikes, and they've had the Ado Air 20, which is basically meant to be light, 20 inch. Then they upgraded it to the Air 20 Pro, which I tried, and it had the automatic gearbox, which was okay. And now they've got the Ado Air 20 Ultra, and it's basically everything's exactly the same, but they've got this new Bafang motor. So before they had a Bafang motor, it was a H730 2-speed, so 2 kind of internal speeds, and it'd set off and then it'd shift up. But the ones I've had so far, I've always felt like they've shifted up too soon, and then you're left kind of going, "Urgh," trying to push your legs around. This one's got the Bafang H730 3-speed, and although I've had a 3-speed before, they still got it wrong before. But this one feels really good. And the thing is, right now, because the gears do feel really good, I'm actually going over the legal limit, and I'm actually getting a bit of exercise and doing it all on my own. But it feels totally natural. I don't even know when it cut out. I know I'm getting tired because I'm not getting assistance right now, but it's a decent speed, and if I want to go a bit slower, I can get the motor to help out again. So yeah, just like before, it's a 250 watt bike, very light. Let's check that out quickly. 20 kilograms, 19 without accessories, 20 plus with. It's got a torque sensor, which is instantaneous. So the second I push down on the pedals, it kicks in. Just felt it shift up at the perfect time. It knows. I suppose when you want it to shift up, it's got to be a bit subjective. Like when I want it to shift up might not be the same as when someone else wants to shift up. Pulling away feels really good. It's knocked it down for me. So not only has it knocked it down automatically into a low gear, it's got that torque sensor. So you just feel that instant pull away. It's brilliant. I'm actually really impressed, and I haven't been that impressed by a legal e-bike in ages. I've had them and I've thought they're all right. And not only that, this is like, you can't argue about this being legal or not, because you can't unlock it in any way at all. Like the ones you can unlock, I always say that they're legal because you could unlock mopeds and 125s to make them not fall into the moped and 125 category. But some people think if you can unlock them in any way, then they're not legal, which would make obviously most of Halford's bikes not legal. But anyway, there's no question on this. This is absolutely legal. Right, we'll talk more about the motor and stuff in a bit. because we're on the worst road in Wolverhampton, and that might be the first weakness of this bike. It's going to be very similar to the Ado Air 20 Pro. So it's got those 20-inch diameter tyres, 1.95 inches wide, so not the biggest, but also not tiny. So actually over these bumps, they don't feel too bad. And of course, you can always let a bit of air out the tyres as well, make it a bit squidgier, but you will lose a bit of range. It feels alright though. It's got a front suspension, lockable, just like before. Yeah, suspension feels pretty good though. Let's check the rear suspension though on an hour test. Let us know in the comments if you enjoy the hour test. Also, as you can see, this is very rideable over rough trails. It's not the smoothest. It's not really meant for it, but it can do it. We're at the hill climb, just like before. This has got 40 Newton meters of torque, although they say that on a hill climb in the low gear you've got 20% more torque, because really torque changes depending on what gears it is. So nothing against Ado, because they all do it, but torque isn't just set, it does depend on gears and things like that. So it has got a torque sensor, no throttle, so we can't get an official time. So I'm just going to ride up there and you'll be able to basically see, oh, instantly pull it off, how easy it is. So it has already shifted up, that's okay. So it's in second gear right now. The problem is if I go too fast, then it'll shift up into third gear, and on the hill I might not like it then. So I've shifted up. However, I am going 13 and a bit miles an hour. So when I slow down, it'll shift down. So right now I'm like, ooh, it's a bit hard. Is it going to shift down? I'm not entirely sure if it's shifting down. Maybe I'll stop. Here we go, it shifted down now. I'll stop pedaling. Okay, that's better. So I can pull the speed up. I still kind of wish there was a button you could hold, maybe, to prevent it shifting up. Although it doesn't feel too bad now. I'm going at 10 miles an hour, but I'm not zooming up, am I? But I'm getting up without too much trouble. And if I didn't have any power, I'd really struggle up there. Let's see what kind of speed we can get on a flat now. Shift it up. 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, it feels quite good, 25, 26, 27, 28. So if you're fitter than me, if you're on, you can go pretty quick on this bike. Third time in a row now that I forgot to turn my microphone on. At least I remembered a bit sooner than last time. Let's just check how easy it is to pull away. Watch this. So it's shifted down. Off we go, straight away, boom. I reckon it's pretty much very close to perfect. But if they were both delayed by about 2 miles an hour, maybe, that would be absolutely perfect. So the battery is the same as before, 9.6 amp hour, 36 volts, which gives it a watt hour capacity of 3456, 345.6 watt hours. They reckon a range of 100 kilometers. At the end of the video, we'll pop in to get my predictions based on what I get. So the battery plugs in here, better than having to plug it underneath like some bikes, and then it's attached to the seat post, so you simply pull the entire thing out. It could be a bit looser. There we go, not too bad. And there is the 9.6 amp hour battery on the seat post. Let's put it back. Seat goes all the way down there, and it's prevented from going further with a little notch, so you can be quite short to ride this bike. But how tall could you be to ride this bike? And how does it feel though? Feels all right. Oh, not only can you put the seat down, you can also raise the handlebars if you want a more upright position. It's kind of limited by that wire, but you can get an extra 6-ish inches out of it. And obviously it's foldable, so let's see how easy that is. But also, it's got a cool little feature, and it appears to be slightly upgraded. Push that all the way down, because I think the saddle is going to act as a kind of like a stand. Get rid of the stand. Fold the pedals in. Very nice metal pedals and foldable. Pull open the lever, crack it open. It goes nice. In fact, I'm going to move it so this inside one is in the top position, because it seems to hit the pedals. There we go. And then, yep, it lands on that battery bit, and the cups meet each other, and hopefully now the magnets should keep it together, and I should be able to roll it around. However, it's not quite going in. There's quite a few bikes that have magnets where the wheels come together, and the idea is you can roll it around, and quite often they're not as good as they're meant to be, and they come apart. And this magnet bit, the one side had like a cup, so this here is meant to meet this here, but when they go together, it doesn't go in. I'm losing the whole bike. It doesn't go inside it. So I think I might need to turn that all the way around the other side. So I think if you turn around all the other side, then it might work. Sadly, I don't have the tools to do it here right now. So yeah, it would have been nice to do the whole wheelie round thing. You can kind of do it. However, I don't usually see this as like a big strength of the bike, because you can just as easily wheel it around like this, and in many ways that's easier. But the question is, can you fold it up and get it in a fairly small boot? As you can see, the Addo will easily fit in this not very spacious and quite messy Nissan Leaf boot, with the parcel shelf still there. But it turns out being able to fold a bike opens a whole new world of possibilities. Are you allowed to take a bike on?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Not at all on any bike at all, even a little tiny one?
Only the tiny ones, yeah.
Is this not too big?
Yeah, unless you can fold it up, and
Oh yeah, it folds.
You can take it on if it folds.
Yeah, you just do that. Is that alright?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I got a pain now. I'll just put the bike over here.
Yeah.
Great, brilliant. Cheers. So here I am, first time on a bus with a bike. So you're not meant to bring them on unless they're tiny, or they can fold up, which this one can. It's great, thanks very much. Take care, cheers. And off I go. How amazing is that? And now I'm on my bike again, going to the art test. Brilliant. It's a big box. Actually, it's not. It's quite a small box. Here's the packing. As you can see, there's not much to do to put the bike together. Awesome. Move foot. In the box, we've got the instructions, we've got pedals, we've got a bag of tools, and a 2-amp charger. The pedals on. And the 2-amp charger is charging up the 10-amp hour battery in the seat post, and it should take about 5 hours. And just like before, just like on the Addo A20 Pro, it's got a lot of nice kit. It's got those metal folding pedals, it's got a Gates carbon belt drive, it's got that amazing 3-gear Bafang H730 motor. I'm really impressed. It's so quiet, so refined, very nice. 25 kilogram max load rear rack, metal mudguards front and rear, front suspension. Let's test that out. And then you can lock it. Nice colour computer, similar colour screen that I've got on a lot of bikes. It can be hard to see in the sun. However, I have got the protective layer on, and when you peel that back, It makes it a little bit better if you can see that. Nice hand grips, nice bell. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's just a bell. The hand grips don't have palm rest, but nice and squidgy. Hydraulic brakes, Tektro, very, very nice. 16 miles an hour. Wow. Quite impressive. 1, 2. Very good hydraulic brakes, well done. Stands decent, quite solid, clicks into place nicely. Doesn't seem to be adjustable, but it is very nice. This bike has got some nice stuff. I'm actually really impressed with this bike. If this is the future of legal e-bikes, then those people who really do want a bike and not something that's more like a moped, then I think you're in safe hands. It's very nice, it just feels good. And although I don't usually like torque sensors, this one, in conjunction with the gears, seems to work really well. All the components of this bike are perfect for each other. Now, it's actually got a sport mode and an eco mode. You can swap between sport and eco by going either using the app, download it, finds the bike. There's not much on there really. Right, I flipped it into eco mode, and I'm also in pedal assist 1, which is very rideable. So if you imagine that range, they say 100 kilometers, is in pedal assist 1 with a lighter rider than me, this is very doable. Sometimes pedal assist 1 is totally useless, but the way everything works together, that torque sensor, the gears and the motor, it's actually quite nice. Let's go to pedal assist 2. And basically, rather than kind of limiting the top speed, it seems to just give you a bit more oomph in how fast you pull away. Because when you're in pedal assist 3 in sport mode, it does feel like you're pulling away very quickly. It really does feel that basically you are a stronger pedaler and not that there's a motor pushing you away in the back. I'm indicating right. So the front and rear lights, they're wired into the bike, so you don't need external batteries. They're all right, not amazing. The rear light's not brake light, but it's got those indicators on. I think I'd prefer a brake light, to be honest, if I had the choice. I don't really see why you can't have both though. Back into sport mode. Go. Look how fast it pulls off, so fast. It's ridiculous. Leaving the cars in the dust. 20 miles an hour. It's so smooth as well. I haven't mentioned it yet, but it's got a carbon belt drive, Gates carbon belt drive, which just makes everything so quiet. I cannot hear the motor. I cannot hear any chain whirring. I don't mind chains, I've got nothing against chains. And usually I don't like belt drives because of what comes with it. Either a single speed bike, which isn't ideal, or gears that are badly tuned. But because this one comes with the 3-speed Bafang H730, I really like it. And obviously you don't have to worry about greasing it up and stuff like that. It's just very nice. It's such a refined ride. But now I would have normally probably forgot to put it in first gear, but it just switches down automatically for me and I just pull away so fast. I don't know if you've noticed, because I don't think this happens a lot on legal e-bike tests, apart from maybe if it's a cruiser type bike. But on a normal bike that's like fully legal and it's like a folding type bike, I don't think I smile quite as much as I have on this test. It's really good. I quite like this blue actually as well, it's very nice. It reminds me of a bike I've got in GTA 5, but that's not a folding bike. And I keep dying on it. Now obviously, with that extra little bit of coolness in the gears, it does cost a bit more than the Air 20 Pro. And the way they've combined the Air 20 Pro and the Air 20 Ultra on kind of the same web page, it kind of makes you think, oh, it's cheaper than it is, but actually the Air 20 Pro is 1,500 and this one is 1,800, so it's not cheap. They've kind of positioned themselves in that kind of lower end of the mid-range bike, and they're kind of similar to Hooga, who I've had on before. They charge a bit more, basically because of all the quality they've put on. They're no longer a budget brand. Ado, they're kind of mid-price brand. But for 1,800, and if you want something that just feels good, and it does feel like sturdy as well, because everything just feels so well made, then I suppose it's worth it. I mean, I've had bikes under £1,000 that feel well made, but obviously my expectations get lessened somewhat because of that. But this does feel well made. So if you want an automatic bike with a belt drive that's light and foldable, that has hydraulic brakes, colour screen, comes with the mud guards and the rear rack as well, then it is worth it. There's a link in the description if you're interested in checking it out. If you use our link, it will help the channel with a bit of commission. And I think though, I will have a discount code to bring that price down, so it won't quite be at 1,800. So I'll go and see if I can get on this bus. Is it on there? On there. Oh, let's talk about what range we got. So what kind of range did I get? Right, so I've done about 15.5 miles. I've got probably just under 2/3 of the battery left. 100 kilometers, that's their claim range. That is about 60 miles. So I reckon from the full tank, I'd probably get about 35 to 40, which isn't bad really, considering it's in sport mode. I've had it in pedal assist 3 most of the time. I am over 100 kilograms. So I reckon if you rode it properly, a bit lighter, you could easily get 60 miles on this, especially because those gears are so good. A lot of the time you're doing the work anyway, but you don't feel like it. On the flat, this bike cruises probably around 16 to 17 miles per hour. And because it is totally legal at those speeds, it's not using any battery at all. So yeah, I reckon this could definitely get 100 kilometers. I love this bike, but there's some negatives. So, fold's fine, but the rolling thing, not quite as good as it could be. I would prefer a brake light to indicators. After about 10 miles, the saddle, though very nice, it was beginning to ache a little. And those gears, though amazing, up hills, possibly if it's shifted up 2 miles an hour later to give you a bit more time with the easier gears, that would be good. However, they do still get you up, just don't expect to be motoring up as if you're on a motorbike. By the way, those gears are mechanical, so they still work when the bike has no power. This bike is very rideable with no power, and those gears do still work, which is probably why I can't have that button to hold the gears back, because it's mechanical, not electrical. Maybe they can do it in the future, maybe some signal can be sent, but until then, this is the best we got. Thank you to all the people who watched all the way till the end. I'm very happy because I've had my first ever bike trip on a bus. Hopefully, eventually, I'll still take it on a train. I know I've been saying that for a long time now. But anyway, until next time, thanks for watching and ride safe.